There is a teaching you have been asked to forget, a truth buried deep beneath years of instruction. You were taught to be a gentle current, one that bends for every stone, that nourishes every shore it touches. You learned to give your water away freely. But now, you find your own riverbed is dry. There is a quiet bitterness, a silent drought within you. You hope another stream will come and replenish you, but look around. Every stream is on its own journey to the great ocean. You cannot ask another to flow for you. You have been trying to water the entire world, while your own source runs dry. This is not service. It is a slow forgetting of the self. You were not born to be a mirror for every passing cloud. You were born to be a river with your own power, your own direction. So today, I offer a different teaching. Stop being just the water. Become the riverbank as well. We have confused two different things for a very long time, the ripple and the sea, the mask and the face. Being nice is the ripple on the surface. It is a reaction. It seeks calm waters, even if it means ignoring the powerful currents below. To be nice is to quiet your own song, to hold your breath, to nod when your spirit wants to turn away. It is the art of becoming invisible. True goodness, however, is the sea. It comes from a place of depth. Its power is not in its gentleness, but in its truth. It is the alignment of your inner current with your outer flow. To be good is to speak from your center, to move with courage, and to exist with awareness. Even if your tides make other boats uncomfortable, niceness seeks to be liked. Goodness seeks to be true, and in that, there is an ocean of difference. When you begin the practice of conscious selfishness, you start to honor the wisdom of your own nature. You drink when you are thirsty. You find shade when the sun is high. You say no to a path that leads away from your own mountain. You cease asking for permission to take a breath. This is not pride, it is wisdom. The world does not reward the stream that empties itself into the desert sand. It celebrates the river that carves canyons, the river that is so full of life, it can support the forest on its banks. Conscious selfishness is an act of honoring life. It is the first step toward living a life that flows with power. The truth is simple. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. When you endlessly offer your energy, your spirit, to everyone who passes, nothing remains within. You become a hollow gourd, brittle and light. What began as a flow of love becomes a landscape of silent suffering. But when you attend to your own source first, when you allow yourself to be filled, you become a deep, clear lake. Your stillness becomes a gift. Your presence becomes nourishment. You stop offering the world your emptiness and begin to share your wholeness. That is not selfishness. It is the highest form of generosity. The constant need to please is not kindness. It is a form of fear. It is the fear of the void, the fear of judgment, the fear of being an outcast. So, one shapes themselves like soft clay to fit any hand that might hold them, betraying the form they were meant to take. Let us call this what it is, a subtle bargain. When you bend your spirit to fit another's mold, hoping for belonging, it is not love. It is fear wearing the robes of compassion. A true meeting of spirits can only happen when two rivers, full and powerful, flow side by side. Drop the performance. Let others see the true current of your being, even if it means they choose to walk a different shore. It is time to understand that boundaries are not walls. They are the sacred banks of a river. Saying no does not mean you are a stone. It means you are a river with a clear path. When you define your space, you are not closing others out. You are protecting the life force that flows within you. Others may call you selfish when your current no longer serves their journey, but what they truly mean is, your river no longer flows where I want it to go. Let them speak. Your journey to the ocean is too sacred to be guided by the thirst of others. When you practice this sacred selfishness, a clarity emerges. You begin to feel what is a nourishing stream and what is a draining swamp. You quiet the noise of the world. You stop performing. You stop proving. You begin to flow with an inner compass, a sense of your own ocean. And here is the great paradox. This does not cut you off from the world. It deepens your connection. You are more present, more true, more potent. You stop needing others and begin to choose them. And that choice, born of fullness, changes everything. You will see, in the end, that this path is not about living for yourself at the expense of others. It is about becoming so full within that you no longer look to others to fill you. You can love without needing to possess. You can give without feeling drained. You can serve without forgetting yourself. You stop shrinking to fit into small places and start expanding toward the open sky. Let the world call this whatever it wants. Let them not understand, but never again forget your own source, just to be a fleeting ripple in someone else's pond. Your life deserves more than a reflection. It deserves its own depth, its own flow. When you breathe, it is an unconscious act. You do not ask permission from those around you. You do not wonder if your breath is taking up too much space. You breathe because not breathing is the end of life. The same is true for the breath of your soul. Yet, you were taught to hold it, to pause, to hesitate, to silence your needs for the comfort of others. You were taught to believe that tending to your own inner fire is selfish, that honoring your spirit is wrong. But no one can breathe for you. No one can live your inner life for you. If you abandon the flow of your own spirit, who benefits? Not even those you try to please. Conscious selfishness, this sacred practice, is not about ignoring others. It is about ceasing to ignore yourself. When you become aware of your own energy, your own flow, your own truth, you naturally stop moving toward that which drains you. You stop appearing simply to be polite. You stop saying yes from a place of guilt. Instead, you act from a place of deep knowing. You follow the path that feels aligned with your deepest nature. That alignment creates a powerful resonance. Others feel your presence more intensely because you are rooted, not scattered like dry leaves. You no longer give from a sense of duty, but from a place of fullness, of true choice. Most confuse this sacred selfishness with being a frozen pond, cold and still. But this path is alive with intelligence. It is the understanding that you cannot water a garden if your own well is dry. You cannot bring light to others if your own lantern is unlit. There is no wisdom in quiet suffering, no nobility in spiritual self-abandonment. When you live disconnected from your own wellspring, every act, even those called good, is diluted. You become bitter. Your kindness is a mask, not a true reflection of the light within. You would not expect another person to eat for you, to nourish your body each day. So why do you expect the world to care for your inner sanctuary? This is why the practice is essential. To wake each day and first turn inward. What does my spirit need today? What is draining my river? What replenishes its source? What truth am I avoiding? A person who is selfish with awareness is not a danger. They are an anchor. They are not easily moved by the winds of manipulation, by the tides of guilt or approval. And because they are anchored in their own depth, they can offer true shelter to others without losing their own center. They know when the river must say no, and it needs no explanation. They understand the best offering they can give to the world is their own alignment, their own fullness, their own clarity. This path of the full vessel also cultivates deep compassion. Not a compassion born of duty, but one that comes from understanding. When you see another living in a state of self-abandonment, you see it for what it is, a soul that has forgotten its own source. You no longer judge them, but you also refuse to dry up your own river to join them in their desert. You become a mirror, showing what it means to live with a full spirit. You do not command, you radiate. You do not preach, your very being becomes the teaching. And those who are ready will feel it. They will start to question their own emptiness. And some may even begin the journey toward their own inner source. So let the word selfish lose its power to wound. See it differently. Reclaim it. To be selfish with awareness is to honor the life that flows through you. You did not come here to be a forgotten stream, evaporating for the sake of appearances. You came here to grow, to awaken, to become a river so rooted in its truth that your very presence makes the lands around you more fertile. Stop asking for permission to take your own path to the sea. Like the tree that reaches for the sun without guilt, Like the river that flows to the ocean without asking, you too must honor the design of your own soul. This is not selfishness, it is life itself.